Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the RVT Game Crew. I'm TWK.
And I'm the Shades.
And we're finally doing GOEMON'S Great Adventure. This has definitely been one that you guys have been wanting to see for a while, so here it is.
Indeed. Hey, and if you guys are wondering, Matty J was not here for the time of this recording. He's off doing his little wrestling thing.
Oh yeah, he's at the Fighting Back show, and I believe it's in Ottawa. So that should be fun. Anyways, as you noticed, when we were choosing characters, that was actually in the menu screen. You won't be able to switch characters on the fly in this game. Also, voice acting.
Japanese voice acting, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, actually there was voice acting in the previous Mystical Ninja game, but that was cut in the American version. I have no idea why.
Probably because they figured, not to confuse us with the crazy Japanese talk, and they didn't want to shell out for voice actors. Cheap bastards.
That was weird. Like, if you play the Japanese version of Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, you do hear voice acting. However, in GOEMON'S Great Adventure, they left that in, as well as one other thing that slipped by the radars of the parental people. I'll point that out as soon as it happens, and let's just say it's kind of in your face in a sort of way. And you'll also never look at Tanuki Mario the same ever again.
Well, if you know your history about Tanukis, that's probably a reason why you never thought about it.
Anyways, Wise Man invited Goemon and Bisumaru, I believe that's how you pronounce it, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but to show off his latest invention, which will totally not go wrong.
No, not at all, because crazy inventions never go wrong, no.
Especially with Wise Man. Also, notice Ibisu's dialogue and how anachronistic it is, because one thing you have to remember, this is Edo, Japan.
Wait, what? Wait. Huh? James Dean, Marilyn Monroe, what?
Also, who's Himiko? Is that a famous Japanese model or something?
I'd have to look into that. Like, that name doesn't ring a bell to me either. There's a lot of Himikos out there in the world.
Watch how fast things go wrong.
Oh, wow, that took 2 seconds.
Just flip a switch and everything goes to hell. That's all it took. Wise Man, you've really outdone yourself.
No kidding.
And there's Bismaru, Ibisumaru's ancestor. I think,
yeah.
There's definitely some resemblance.
Yeah. Sister Bismaru.
Yes.
I think it's supposed to be pronounced Bimaru, because I think the S is silent. It's Japanese.
Bimaru. At least I know how to pronounce Goemon's name, so there's that.
Yeah.
So, Ibimaru, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I'm still learning!
Commenters, help us out there.
Anyways, yes, a nun who has a UFO. Welcome to Japan.
Welcome to the world of Goemon. If you guys watched our last Let's Play, you already expect something like this.
Yeah, and I am trying to upload all the parts to the Mystical Ninja starring Goemon Let's Play to the RVT Game Crew YouTube channel before this episode goes up, so hopefully I'll be able to do that. And now we're going to head off into our adventure, and as soon as the gameplay actually starts here, notice just how different this game is from Mystical Ninja. First off, we have a world map.
Yeah, I think at this point people started realizing the whole idea of gigantic overworlds kind of gets a little old after a while. It's kind of reminiscent of the SNES game.
Yeah, it is. This pretty much again going back to the roots. And by the way, I have to rant on people not being able to do this part. There are people who think that there's timing involved with this, but no. The way this mechanic works of spinning around on these floating sticks is you move the analog stick or the D-pad until you start spinning. Then you point the analog or D-pad in the direction you want to jump, and then you jump. It's that simple.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I always see people screw this up. They always think that there's some sort of timing involved, and then they just fall to the ground.
I think what it is that when you see him spinning, you kind of have that idea in your head that, oh, you got to release it at the right time. I mean, a lot of games do that, so that's probably it.
I know, but I got this game with a box, instruction manual, and before I played the game, I read the instruction manual, so I knew what I was doing.
You're one of the rare few that does that, that's why.
One of the reasons I did is because the instruction manuals on the N64 games are always really bright and colorful and had really great illustrations.
Yeah, and there's a reason why people don't do that anymore, because nobody read them.
I read them.
Again,
I read my Majora's Mask one on a regular basis just because of how detailed it was for that. And the Harvest Moon instruction manual is basically a guide to the game and how to win.
Yeah, again, the only time I ever read those things was as bathroom material. Like, literally. That's the only time I ever read those damn things.
Well, you and I are very different people then.
Yeah, you're a minority on this one, my friend. I can assure you. But
I know I'm a minority. I'm a white native Mexican atheist. I'm a quadruple minority, more or less, I guess.
So you're a minority in more ways than one. Well, that explains a lot.
Anyways, upgrades also work different in this game than in Mystical Ninja, as they actually are pickups in the field rather than permanent upgrades that you get throughout the game.
More that back to basics kind of deal.
Yes, and this is probably the only 2D platformer I've ever beaten, let alone actually did 100% on. Although this run is not 100% run, because after doing multiple playthroughs on this channel, I decided, that would actually take way too long to show off, considering our upload schedule.
Yeah.
That I want to get to a game before February, and I think you all know what game that is. If you can't figure it out, let you wait. I think John already has it figured out.
I think so, but I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. Also, one thing you'll notice that there's a day-to-night cycle, and that does affect how the game plays when you're out in these enemy field areas. And I'll explain that once that actually affects things happening. Also, on that Tanuki, you can see its dick.
Well, here's the thing. For those who don't know, in most Tanuki statues do actually have their balls hanging out. That's just kind of the thing of it. I think because the Tanuki is supposed to be a symbol of fertility. So that's why. I'm ask Gaijin Goomba. He did a whole video about it. Trust me.
Yes, I kind of wish we had Gaijin here, because there's one enemy in the fourth part of the playthrough that we'll see that just annoys the piss out of me, and there has to be some sort of cultural reference to it.
I'm pretty sure he did. Actually, if I recall, I think Gaijin Goomba actually did a whole thing on the Mystical Ninja series because of how culturally ingrained it is.
Yes,
how much culture it has in it.
Yes, he does, but I don't recall the enemy that you'll see in it. Anyways, we're here to meet Sasuke, who has a bit of problems. Apparently, Impact has gone insane.
Oh, crap. The giant robots lost control? Oh, that's never a good thing.
No. And it's apparently attacking the castle.
Oh, well, we're fucked.
No, we're not fucked. The Lord and Princess Yuki are. One thing that I remember from the instruction manual is it's saying that the Lord and Princess Yuki are always in bad luck. Always.
Huh. I'm willing to bet there's some kind of cultural thing with that. Again, there's so many cultural references and connections here that there's you kind of have to question everything about that.
Yeah, especially with the enemy designs.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, one thing that's very obvious is the fact that we are in the Edo period, and the castle, even though there's no Edo town, we're in Lost in Town. It's still the Edo period, and there's still the Edo castle, so I think that's a reference at least to the period.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, again, and the name Sasuke, well, that's the Japanese word for ninja.
Yes.
And what is Sasuke in this game? A robotic ninja.
Wouldn't that make Sasuke from Naruto be a bit redundant name-wise?
Hey, what are you going to do?
But that area is called a tea house, and that's where we can change party members.
Because you won't be able to play as all of them right off the bat, so it'd be unfair to keep you stuck with one and have to play the whole game with just one guy.
Yeah, and we'll be able to find special areas to change to them when we're out in the field. Anyways, this is go in here at night to get what's called an entry pass from what are called iguana men. Yeah, we'll be seeing these guys throughout the game, and they'll help us get entry passes. And these are pretty much the collectibles of the game to help you move forward.
Ah. So they're your stars of this game.
Yeah, they're your stars, your jiggies, your whatchamacallits. Also, one thing that Japan is also noticeable for are black stereotypes, even prevailing into the 2000s.
Well, even today you occasionally come across that because they don't have many... black people, African-American people are not very prevalent in their culture. So, yeah, they tend to do a lot of stereotypes, like this guy right here.
Yep, well, this is DJ Beat Mania. Just look at his portrait.
Yeah.
I love it. And as we're going back to Lost in Road 2, recovers some of his objects they lost here. And we have a time limit, which is very generous. And because this is pretty much just a repeated run of the area, I'm going to be cutting through most of it.
Yeah, because got to find out. We at least got to show you where to find everything, but at the same time, we don't want you to sit through that. That's boring.
Yeah, just sit through the same level again, and you guys should know where everything is at this point after watching our first run through this area. And there's the first piece, and here's the second piece right over where this boulder was. Just roll it back over here.
Basically, there's those areas that had very little over there except an enemy and maybe a little item. And now you know there's a reason for those existence.
And this one is literally at the end of the level. Just jump up and get the disc, and all is good, and you'll get yourself an entry pass. Now what we're going to do next is something that is definitely a cultural thing, I think, and I'm still to this day in my age of 24 years old confused as to what the hell this means.
We'll see that. By the way, the DJ's asking, "Are we feeling it?" Yeah, I'm really feeling it. All you Xenoblade Chronicles fans out there just started laughing your ass off. The rest of you, meow.
By the way, Goemon's apparently a movie star. Goitanic. Did I mention that this game came out in 1999?
Gee, I hadn't noticed.
And so we have to give this beauty question mark 100 coins, and for that we'll be getting a special item. That's not what confuses me. You guys will see it. I'm not sure why this happens, but it's a thing.
Oh, that old trick. Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah, that's
a common trope in anime too. You see, a beautiful looking girl hiding their face. As soon as you actually see their face, you're like, "Oh dear God!"
Yeah, apparently it's a dude, Kenzo, and we'll be seeing his brother Kensuke later on, in a place you wouldn't think to find his brother, but we'll get to that when we get to that, and that's more or less all that's going to happen in this part. Your impressions on the game thus far?
Well, it's about what I expected for a Goemon game, so let's see how this plays out. Let's see how ridiculous this gets.
You have no idea.
I am prepared, though.
Oh, be prepared. Be very, very prepared. And we hope you guys are prepared for the next episode. And we'll see you next time for the next episode of Goemon's Great Adventure.
Laters!